Hello, my name is Judy. Welcome to the Liberated Multitasker. I've been thinking about bringing you some of my Mamo's recipes. And so there's 6 I really want to share, but today we're just going to make her homemade yeast rolls. And so come join me and you'll find out just how tasty they are if you decide to make them. They really are pretty easy to make. You'll be surprised. For my Mamo's yeast rolls, our first ingredient is going to be yeast. 1 package of yeast or 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry yeast. And then we're going to need 1 cup of warm water. And you want to mix this up just a little bit to help dissolve the yeast in the water. I have such fond memories of my Mamo's yeast rolls. There are 3 things I remember her bringing to the house for us kids, and this is one of them. So our next ingredient is going to be 2 tablespoons of sugar, heaping tablespoons. And then we're going to add 1 well-beaten egg. And then 2 tablespoons of butter. She says soft shortening, but I'm going to use butter instead. And we're just going to mix this up. Now for 2 1/4 cup of flour. I'm using just all-purpose flour. I'm going to put half of this in and then mix it up. And then I'll do the second half in just a moment. Now for the rest of it. Now before I mix this in, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using Redmond's real salt. I enjoy using this Danish dough whisk. It makes mixing any type of dough easier. Now this dough is really wet. It's a very sticky dough, and I believe I'm going to add just a touch more flour. And so I'm going to mix that in. And the more I look at it, I think I'm going to add just a touch more. And then I'm going to leave it alone. I don't want to mess with her recipe too much. Now I remember going to my Mamo's house when I was 14 and her showing me how to make some of those special treats that she always brought to us. And this is one of them. Now the dough is ready to rise. We're going to put it in a warm place for about 30 minutes and I'm going to cover it with this tea towel. And we'll come back in about 30 minutes and hopefully it's doubled in size. It's been about 30 minutes, so I'm going to mix it again. I've already greased the muffin tins. I just used some avocado spray. And we want to fill those muffin tins about 2/3 full. I'm using this large cookie scoop. It's good for muffins, and it gets about the right amount in each muffin tin. As you can see, this dough is still really sticky. So we're almost done. I'm going to have to get a dough scraper to get the last little bit out. This is going to take me just a little minute. I've almost got it. That roll may be a little bit smaller than all the others. I'm going to try to readjust it just a little bit, but it'll be fine. Now this next step is going to seem a little odd, but I remember when my Mamo brought us these rolls, they were scored. They were 1 roll, but you could easily see that they had 4 different sections. So you could easily pull off 1/4 of the roll and it was a perfect bite-sized piece. And so that's what I'm attempting to do now. But heads up, this does not work for me today. I really think that maybe I was supposed to do this step after the second rise. You see, after I'm done scoring these rolls, they're going to rise for another 30 minutes before we put them in the oven. And I'm thinking that after the second rise was when I was supposed to score the rolls. I'll have to make a note of that in the future and give it a try. But I'm almost done, and then we're going to let them rise for 30 minutes, so I'll bring you back then. We're going to bake these rolls at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes or until nicely brown. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes. We're going to pull these out. And then I'm going to pull them out of the muffin tins and onto a cooling rack. They smell just like my Mamos. I cannot wait to try one. Now, I have a tendency to do things a bit backwards. So if I was thinking straight, I would have gone ahead and slathered butter on them while they were in the muffin tins, not after I'd put them on the cooling rack. Oh well, a mess will be made. So now I will slather the butter on the rolls, on the cooling rack, and I'll just clean the mess up later. These smell so good. This is the final finishing touch. Can I tell you how glad I am that this is not sandwich bread, where I have to wait an hour before I can slice into it and have a piece? So as soon as I'm done putting the butter on these rolls, I'm going to have a taste. Please comment below and let me know which one of my Mamo's recipes you would like to see next, tea cakes or apple tarts. Don't these look amazing? Oh, and by the way, there will not be 12 in the freezer. There will only be 11. I'm going to show you what this looks like on the inside. Wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you soon. Man, that tastes like home. Please give it a try and let me know what you think.